Alright, well, it's about 1 o'clock. I'm tired. You're tired. Let's begin. This is my first video. I'm sure you all know that by now. If you're looking back on this from future years, just know this is not going to be my best creation. By then I probably have everything in the world. I have high hopes. Let's just say that. But yeah, my first video. Interesting one. This one's, what if Deku was the son of the hero killer Stain? As you all know, best villain. Now, this was originally an OC character that I had created in my head as I was maybe watching the series. So, this one I love myself. But, that became angsty, I would say. This, trust me, it is not going to be angsty. It is going to be the opposite of angsty. I'm going to get rid of all the overpowered stuff I could possibly do. Now, let's begin. Okay. This is a tough beginning for a child. Well, Izuku's mom, Mrs. Midoriya, Mrs. Midoriya, has always loved this vigilante. Well, not exactly a vigilante for the time now, but before in Deku's childhood, Stain was a vigilante of sorts. And, of course, Izuku's mom had him after having some wondrous nights with the hero killer. And, he's risen on a basic level of childhood. But he always studied. He loved study. Basic math, science, but also creating stuff. He has always wanted to make something of himself. And of others. Of other things. So he started woodcrafting, some other forging, until he turns 6. Yeah, he starts early. Everybody's surprised at how much he's so passionate about what he wants to do. Make something of himself or things. So when he's around 6, he begins to, start writing down notes about, vigilantes and heroes. But this time, he begins to become, fascinated with hero killer Stain. Not exactly a hero killer at this time, but still very close. He's broken multiple limbs of top 50 heroes, and yet he's no quirk. No quirk known, at least. He's fascinated. Even somebody like him that maybe that it doesn't even have a quirk. Oh, and when he figures out he doesn't have a quirk, the same thing happens. This time he tends to Stain. But yes, same thing happens. Deku is fascinated by this fact that Stain doesn't even have something that is not blatantly obvious. Not a quirk. Stain in this timeline version does not have a quirk. No quirk. Just simply, if he licks the blood of his enemies, maybe he gets a basic boost. Does not take away their physically able to move. So, as you can imagine, this bewilders Deku. Deku starts just plotting where he's going, basically becoming a fanboy of Stains. Of sorts of Stains. Stain, of course, notices him, but doesn't really care. Some other kids have done this. Not his age, though. He's also bewildered by Deku. They both bewilder each other. I don't understand that. But yeah, Stain is wondering why a 6-year-old kid is following him. Till one day he's following him through the city, and Deku bumps into a bunch of thugs. Hey, you there, kid? Yeah, yes. You got any money? No, I'm only 6. Oh, well, that'll just make it easier on all of us. Suddenly, he gets a kunai through the head. As the rest of their heads are decapitated, obviously leaving Deku, a 6-year-old, scarred forever, probably. Almost shrieking for his life, but also happy. A strange, warm feeling of wholesomeness, something disconnected from him a long time ago that came back. It was Stain. All he did was stare at him, telling him, "Hey, kid." Sorry for the horrible interpretations of their voices. This is the best I could do. "Hey, kid." "Yes, Stain. I've been waiting for you a long time." Yeah, whatever. What the hell are you doing back here? Go home. First, your autograph." He nervously holds out his book of heroes and villains. Stain curiously walks up, grabbing the book out of the kid's hands. He also feels the connection of the warm, fuzzy feeling, but he has been deluded by such carnage around him that he doesn't even notice it. Looking at the book, there's a wondrous sight of all these different heroes and villains alike that Deku has been jotting down notes on. He could really, really use this. But he seems to trust this kid. He seems to feel obligated to this random kid. "Hey, kid, what's your name?" Before he can answer, the cops round the corner. Suddenly, Deku is flown to the top of the building. Ugh, can't speak. The cops around the corner. "Hey!" "Oh, well, never mind." They just wander off. God damn it. Can look up. Whatever. Now. What was that for? Cops hate me, don't you know? Well, yes, of course. This back and forth between Stain and Deku go for a little while longer, until Stain finally hushes him and asks him again, "What's your name, kid?" "Izuku Midoriya." This strikes him hard. Now he knows why he felt so obligated. And, of course, Izuku, being Izuku, slips up a little bit, trying to get off the roof, and kind of falls as Stain was walking away, trying to, recollect all of his thoughts. He had to catch, Deku. Well, caught him. This is speaking in past tense, I think. "Fine. If you're gonna throw yourself off a building just for me, I guess I can freaking sign your autograph, your stupid biography." He gives back the biography and sets Izuku on his way. But before he can even leave, Izuku turns back around, asking, "How can I become like you?" "Like me?" "This has gone too far, kid. Plus, I barely even know you. Well, actually... Actually what?" Screw this. I gotta get out of here." "Please, I need to know. Is there a way, some possible way, for somebody that's as quirkless and useless as me, like you, to be as strong and as powerful as you?" "Well, there might." "Really?" "Well, kid, I guess it's time to tell you." I'll end it here. It's already 1:20. Jesus Christ. Alright. Night, everybody.